Hello, in this video we're going to talk about importing vector-based art into Embrilliance. Now, this may seem like a dream come true, but there's some issues that arise when you import SVG files into StitchArtist, and I'm going to show you what they are and how you can resolve some of these things. So let's go get my SVG file. I am going to click on this vector button here, and the reason why I see this vector button is because I'm in create mode. And if you have Embrilliance StitchArtist, you know you toggle in and out of create mode by clicking on this button here. Okay, so I'm getting my vector-based file right here, and it is on my desktop, and it's called littlemonster.svg. Now, there's a lot of lines here, and I don't need to use all of them. I'm also going to scale this up. So let's make it a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably get rid of some of the excess shapes that I don't need. And like, I don't really want to incorporate that. I want to keep it pretty simple. And I've got an extra line here that I don't, do I want this one? I don't need that one. So this line right here, which defines the shape of my design, it has a lot of excess control points on it. And that's one of the problems with clip art, is that it just is has too many control points. Fortunately, in StitchArtist Level 3, we can clean some of that up. And we can do that by going to Create and then Outline and Reconstruct Outline. And you see that that reduces them quite a bit. Now I can also go in and kind of get rid of, redundant control points that aren't really doing much in terms of defining the shape of this particular design. So that's one issue right there. The other issue is that this is just one big old flat shape, right? Okay, I've just applied stitches to it. Now, let me make this a more fun color. Let's make this, oh, how about a bright green? Okay, let's say that eye shape, and I can't really see it right now because it's right there. This eye shape, if I apply stitches to it, then I'm going to have 2 layers of stitches, and I don't actually want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Now, it popped down to the bottom of my object list right here. I'm going to take this fill shape, I'm going to bring it back to make it an object shape again, or an object, just a regular old object, and I'm going to select these 2 elements right here, and then I'm going to select this button right here, which is a logical subtract. And what this will do is it'll remove that shape from my larger shape. Now it's a little difficult to see, you don't always see it in the preview right away, but if I apply my stitches now to this shape, you can see that I've created a hole. Now if I go back to this shape right here, I can apply stitches to it, and I probably want to make that white. Maybe I should search for white. Okay, there's bone white right there. And I'm not doubling up on stitches. Now, because I use that shape to generate my hole, this embroidery area and my hole are the exact same size. And I may get some areas of no stitching kind of right at the border. So I probably want to scale this up just a smidge to ensure that I'm covering, that area. One more thing, you notice that I duplicated the eye hole prior to creating the hole in the background shape of my monster. And that was because I needed one of those circles to make the hole, and then it became part of that shape. And then I needed to keep one so that I could apply stitches to it. So there are a couple more strategies with digitizing that I would do if this were my object I was working on. First of all, I would reduce the control points even further. But these 2 objects have stitches going in the same direction. And that's kind of boring, so I would change the angle of my stitches. I would also maybe increase the edge padding here just a little bit, and what that does is it kind of makes the stitches go out a little bit more around the edges to kind of overlap that bottom shape a bit more. Yeah, so that's basically some of the things that you can do to make those vector shapes more usable in Embrilliance StitchArtist. These are features that I'm showing you that are level 3 features. So if you're serious about digitizing and you really want to be able to manipulate the SVGs in the software, you can do that. With this in mind, be aware of the fact that you can do some of this in a vector-based drawing program. So for example, kind of cleaning up all of those control points, we could simplify our outlines in a free program like Inkscape, and we wouldn't have to do it in Embrilliance. But it certainly makes it easier to have that feature in here. So those are just some tips that I would suggest when working with SVG files, especially clip art SVG files in Embrilliance StitchArtist.